Welcome to Karametra Hive Queen. Bzzz, let's get your insect hats on. I know you're ready. If you're unfamiliar with the deck, it's got a bunch of insects and a couple spiders in there. You know, can't have a Hive Queen deck without some spiders in there. Let's see what we're up against when our opponent decides where they want to play first or not. Okay, so we're up against Lord of Wu, Lord of the Wu-Tang. Creatures you control have horsemanship. All right. You too, man. I like when people build old commanders like that. It's fun. So let's look at our hand. So we've got planes. We've got double planes. We don't really want double planes, so we're going to mulligan. And I like this. We're white men away, but yeah, we're going to keep. Let's put that on the bottom. And I think horsemanship. That's where you can only block if you have horsemanship. Okay, that's what I thought. I I forget some of the weird terms. So we're gonna play forest. Yeah, but this is an insect and spider deck. We're looking to stick a real big crater hoof on a bunch of insects and just come in hot. Also, Primal Surge. I love Primal Surging, so Primal Surge is in here. Alright, so we draw into Selesnya Sanctuary. Awesome. So we're going to go and get this down. So next turn, we won't be able to cast it next turn, but we can at least get Hornets. Oh no, we'll wait on Hornet's Nest. So we're going to play just tap for green, play the Sanctuary, bounce Forest back to our hand. With this deck in particular, it's almost like white is a splash color, just for like white's best removal. Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, and then some other key cards. So white is not absolutely crucial to this particular build of the deck. It's not gonna be true for every deck. It's just this one right here. It's just white is more of a splash color. So you'd be perfectly fine keeping what we kept, which is 3 forest. So we got this 6-drop 5/5 insect. When it comes to as trample, which is nice because that pairs well with Crater Hoof, but it also allows us to bounce a creature back to our hand, so we can trigger Karametra again. So we'll play Ancient Tomb, and Retreat to Emera is really good. You get a bunch of landfall triggers, your creatures get +1/+1. We can also get some 1/1 core ally tokens. What is Sage's Row? When a blue creature enters the battlefield. Okay. So we'll play Forest next turn. Get a 1/1 token. And then we need to start playing Forest so we can get the Beacon of Creation going. Always like, if you're going to build a monocolor deck, just get into the bots. Find a nice matching old school border. Look how clean. That looks so nice. I love, if I've got a bunch of basics in there, I like for them all to match. I know it's just me being picky, but it is what it is. I'm going to put a core token on the battlefield. Get Karametra down. We could be walking to a counterspell, but if we don't, oh well. We can just ramp up into it again. Click that last green, there we go. Alright, so it sticks, awesome. And Karametra's triggers whenever we cast, so we'll be able to search up for a land, even if he counters it. we're going to play Forest. Figure you got to click on it. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll play Hornet's Nest. And then we can bounce it back to our hand next turn. Unless it gets countered. Search up for a forest. Put an ally onto the battlefield. We've got 3 and we can't cast Beacon. So if we can get into some like Natural Order or Green Sun Zenith, we can get a really nice board state going. It's an interesting art choice for a token. Usually they're pretty colorful, but I like that kind of black-white kind of scheme to it. Looks good. I wonder what he's holding on to. I'm curious. He's just played Sage's Row. He tapped like he had a counterspell earlier, but he's not doing anything. Because if I was him, I would counter the Karametra. So I'm curious what he has in hand. So play Forest. Now we can put a token or we can kind of pump our guys and see what he's got. Let's do let's see what he's got. We'll start pumping our creatures. Play Invasive Species. Search up a forest. Then get +1/+1. Return Hornet's Nest. Cast Hornet's Nest. So maybe we'll run into a counterspell right here. Normally I'd be getting tokens, but I want to see if he has some type of... oh wow, 5 mana counterspell. Okay, that's what he's been holding on to. Okay. So we're going to grab a forest. I do like that card art though. That's pretty sweet. It looks very old school. We're going to use her abilities. Grab a forest again. And then get +1/+1. So we're going to come in for, should be 12. Coming in hot, yep. Dropping down to 28, okay. So next turn we can cash Ambush, return Invasive Species. Then cast Invasive Species, return Ambush. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he gets Arcanist down. Talk about some cool card art right there. That is, I feel that like that just captures old school Magic so perfectly. It's just got the huge like mana flares, whatever those things are. He's very ominous looking. Very sweet card. A+. Thumbs up. Alright, so he's tapped out, so we can go for a pretty big Beacon of Creation. Or we draw into Mirari's Wake. So let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 mana. So we can cast Mirari's Wake and Beacon of Creation. We'll get 6 tokens. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So we got white. Okay, so now we have these tap for 2 now. 1, 2. We have 10 mana. We can't giant and beacon. Yeah, since he's tapped out, man, I wanna. This is be a good spot to cast beacon. Oh, we could have ambushed first and grabbed it for us. So I just saw that we did that out of order. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna cast ambush. I should have done this one first. We've gotten an extra insect token. Grab a forest. Creatures should get +1/+1. Return invasive species. Alright, then we can just start getting a bunch of landfall triggers next turn. That'll be okay. So we're gonna come in 1, 2, 3. Looking at 6. Dropping down to 22. So we've got 14 mana, 17, 20. We have 20 mana. So we can, yeah, we can loop those, get a bunch of triggers. That'll, okay, good. And we also have Condemn just in case he gets into something wonky or crazy. Archetype of Imagination. Creatures you control have flying. Alright, our insects can't fly anymore. Oh, and our opponent quits. Alright, I still may go and post this. This is pretty sweet. All the insect tokens and the ally tokens, and you really get to see how effective retreat is in a deck like this. And especially Mirari's Wake too. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks.